In this video, I would like to talk about the 10th house in Pisces, the Midheaven. Now, the 10th house is the role we play in the community. Think our social status, what we have to give to the community, what we provide for the community. And this is coming from my own observation of self, because I am a 10th house in Pisces. The Pisces, off the bat, is highly creative and psychic, very wise, and has a depth in the way they express themselves. When I mean depth, I mean like the ocean. Because the Pisces represents all the zodiacs. So the Pisces has a very broad spectrum on what it means to be creative. So they're very versatile. You'll find them being creative in dance, creative in writing, creative in a foreign language. You'll find them having all of these talents and gifts, and they kind of mix them together to create something new. The Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac, Aries being the first. And the Pisces we can think of as the wise sorcerer or the medicine man, a shaman, individual who's had many experiences and a wide variety of places within the spectrum of experience, and have come to a mastery when it comes to these many places within the spectrum of experience that they have voyaged on their journey of life. So the Pisces, they have this ability to be very quiet and observant of their surroundings. They can study. It's not necessarily of an analyzing or like a critical thinking of situations, people around them. It's more so of a subtle, quiet, just listening. They listen and they create stories. Stories maybe for books, for playwrights, for poems. They create these stories that can be quite deep and impactful on the human emotion. They do not fear the human emotion. They have great compassion. That is why they're able to cultivate many gifts in a wide variety of subjects, because they have this ability to understand the emotion, the many emotions of human. And the higher spectrum, because we have we have a vertical spectrum when it comes to the low Pisces and the higher Pisces. And the higher Pisces is an individual who understands the many emotions. So they're not bogged down, they're not addicted to emotions, they're very balanced. They allow the emotions to come in, they observe it without getting attached or drained or dulled by this emotion. They allow it to simply be a story. The Pisces spirit, what they have to offer the community is this intuitive knowingness. So they can be very good at providing guidance to other individuals because they are the masters. So no matter what realm they're in or place that they're in when it comes to the spectrum of experience, they can provide guidance for any kind of human emotion. That is the higher Pisces in this 10th house placement. They understand. That's them. They understand the emotions of human. So they're able to provide intuitive guidance as though they've experienced that emotion themselves, even though they may have not had that particular experience in this incarnation. It's as though they are like a shapeshifter. Since they represent all the zodiacs, they can shapeshift through any zodiac they choose. So they have an understanding of the Leo, an understanding of the Taurus or the Aries or the Gemini, because they can shapeshift into that sign whenever they want, just through their intuitive knowingness and their gift of being versatile. That helps them to have compassion for the many emotions of the human. What they also have to give to the community is this subtle and quiet, creative innocence that is able to give a heart that is compassionate, that is patient. That is the higher Pisces. They're very empathetic when it comes to the many people and the many experiences and the different subjects of life. And their creativity, they may not necessarily know how to manifest that creativity, because it could be very imaginative. It could be they're a writer of another planet, like C.S. Lewis or J.K. Rowling, of a different dimension, and they may not necessarily know how can I manifest that or ground that into this planet for prosperity. But the Pisces, through their observation of people and just life itself, will always find a unique way to, in essence, manifest or to receive prosperity for their imagination. Their focus for the community is giving imagination. That is their focus. That is their best contribution to the community, is providing expansive imagination. That is their ultimate gift, is expansive imagination. And at first, being young, they may not necessarily know, okay, I have this imagination now, how do I make it happen? How do I birth the thing? How do I ground the thing? How do I become prosperous and financially stable off the thing? But the energies, particularly like Virgo, they have allies. All the zodiacs are their allies. So Virgo, very practical, very knowledgeable on how to do a list, a to-do list to make things happen. Okay? Virgo is that ally when it comes to the practical things of turning imagination, which is very elusive, into something that has structure, has discipline. Because all of the zodiacs are their allies. But when they really connect within, okay, connect with their psychic gifts, when they really go into their multifaceted self, the many creative faces of them, like dance, song, writing, when they really allow themselves to just be broad, okay, not to just be linear and just focused on one gift, but to focus on that gift, but to allow the other parts of them to experiment with the other gifts simultaneously, they're going to find that they know how to make their imagination prosper. They know, because the Pisces is, I know the emotion. I'm empathetic. I have wisdom behind my emotion. I am observant of the ongoings of life. I'm vigilant of how things are done and how things are done in the past, how things are done now. Except the Pisces, they will never take the road of how to manifest. That is like the path that the majority takes on how to financially prosper. They're never going to follow that particular road that the majority follows, because the Pisces is so unique at being able to take these many, many different subjects, put them together, and create something that is completely of its own world, its own dimension. That is how they will, in this lifetime, make, in essence, their dreams come true. It's through complete originality, because that is their gift. Taking these many things, putting it together, and having something that's completely original. And that itself will create a pathway for them to walk, that's their own path, that will get them to their victory. So the Pisces understands the conventional and the non-conventional, because they're versatile. So for them, in the community, it is important for them to explore the conventional education or the conventional methods. They're connected with the earth signs, such as like Virgo and Taurus, and the unconventional, like the Aquarius energy. Because remember, they represent all the zodiacs, so conventional and non-conventional is very important for them to dive into, so that they can become the higher Pisces, which is the deeply imaginative and creative, expansive, wise, and psychic Pisces. So overall, the Pisces in the 10th house placement, or the midheaven, what their role to play in the community, like I've said before, is to provide expansive imagination. Is to provide intuitive guidance that can help people to cultivate that childlike wonder, that childlike creativity, so they may find themselves working with children, volunteering with children, non-profit organization, outreach programs, because the Pisces, when it comes to creativity, they are very ambitious with their writing, their song, their dance, art. They're very ambitious. They want to be prosperous, because they understand being prosperous is helpful to the community. When one is victorious and one is prosperous in their dreams. But their ambition, unlike the Aries, which is more so ambition towards the self, their ambition is literally, they think about how can the human be wiser? How can they be more compassionate? How can they have more patience? So every creativity, all of the imagination in the higher Pisces, the deeply spiritual Pisces, the psychic Pisces, is giving to the community to help the community evolve. So they're thinking about the evolution of human. How can human be more mature in their emotion and in their life, their total self. So it's always about the thinking of all, thinking of the oneness, because the Pisces represents all the zodiacs, so therefore there's this level of oneness consciousness, this mature mastery when it comes to being, existing, sharing, receiving, giving. And they want to create connections. They want to unify everyone. They want to unify the many subjects into oneness. They want to unify this broad spectrum and the many people that are in many different places within this spectrum experience together. So there's a level of bringing people together through creativity, through imagination, through art, through song, through dance. It creates this emotional response out of people, like this deep emotion comes out of people due to their creative expression. They're all about expressing that depth, that spiritual depth of oneness and connection. And we're here to help each other. We're here to serve each other. Our ambitions should be for everyone's evolution and mastery. They want people to, in essence, grow and evolve and have some sort of mastery in their life. So when they are doing their creative expression, either song, dance, writing, art, anything really, they're going to evoke within others this deep fascination for spirituality, and it's going to evoke within these people this desire to observe their life in a way that can help them to feel like a participant of life. That deep, profound being here and now, and realizing that you're a participant of life, that you're more than just a participant of life. You are this wonderful creation. And just watching the Pisces, that evokes that out of people. When the Pisces is really in tune with this placement, really connected, and really allowing themselves to cultivate this placement to the fullest potential. They evoke the desire to want to observe in a way that can help them feel more than just a participant. They are a participant, but they're more. They are this great creature. That is their gift to the community.